Hello and welcome, everybody. Your pal Vinover is here with some more Katawa Shoujo. I am so ready. My body is prepared for this. Just let me get into character. Give me a second. That probably sounded disgusting, and it probably looked disgusting. And that is the perfect way to start a brand new episode. Let's get started. Okay, we last left off being introduced to the classroom. Yay! Let's start. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied, even with what little I said, though. A few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. They talk macho junk! Okay, no. Maybe that. That girl in the front with her head on the desk looks like she's staring right at your crotch. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Sorry about that, guys. Everyone seems to be listening to him intensely, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. Yeah, it is a little bit weird. The first row girl claps on this round, with her one hand against her other wrist that ends in a bandaged stump. Okay, let's take a second and imagine what she can do with that stump. Okay, end of second. You disgusting people. It makes me feel a little bad. I feel bad about thinking about what she can do with that stump. We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She's the class representative. Ooh, who is this Hakamichi? She can explain anything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? How the fuck should I know? You're the teacher. Don't say that out loud to your teachers, folks. The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. Threesome! Okay, I'm trying way too hard with those sex jokes, I'm sorry. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh, right. Hakamichi is right there. Shizune Hakamichi. Oh, pink-haired girl. She's so cute. Of age. And very cute. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her, by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. Alright, I'm gonna give her, that annoying, stereotypical teenage girl voice that we all know and have come to love. Ha 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 ha! What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakamichi, I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi-chan. Oh, the cute, glasses girl. Hello, how are you doing today? May I take a closer look at your pretty little bow? Giggling. Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looked like she's been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. Damn, cold shoulder on the first day of school. She has short yet carefully, neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. Alright, so she can't talk, so those little dots means that she's signing to Misha, who translates. So whenever those come up, I'm gonna go because that's what they do when they sign. No offense, I'm just kidding. But I gotta do something for those dots. No offense, people who sign. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, "You'll be able to talk to people," and "Who better to explain things to you?" Because she can't talk, so how would she explain things? I can say a little confused, right? Right, but I understand why you would think I was Shichan. Shichan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. Oh, that's gonna get annoying quick. We'll see what happens. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shichan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right. Look at my pink hair. It's so pretty and bouncy. Oh. He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know he would be here today. So soon. Hichan, right? Hichan. Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits. You look just like I imagined. You were in her dreams, soiling her loins. Ha ha ha! Yeah, you look just like a Hichan. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Hakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Oh, that's gonna get really annoying. Should I stop? Alright. I'm gonna give you guys some grace and stop that voice. Unless people comment that they want that voice, I can do that as long as you guys want. It's about you guys and your enjoyment. Shichan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Sorry, I just went with it after I realized what I was doing. Do you like the new school so far? We can show you around if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to class today. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you get there. Not just with school either. Always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shichan? Ha 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 ha. Alright, everybody. Everyone loves boobs. So, let's take a second to appreciate the detail that went into these two young high school students' chest region. Do you see that amount of detail that was put into it? Kudos, Four Leaf Studios. That's fantastic. Anyway, learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. 'Cause I am so edgy. Riding on that edge. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly. But anyway, I don't say anything, and Misha signed something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look... Oh, I almost did the voice again. You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. After School Special, everybody, on Disney Channel. Every day at 3 p.m. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. Wahahaha! Alright. And another thing, you don't have to call Shichan something so formal like Hakamichi or a class rep all the time. Just call her Shichan. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate? She didn't like that. No, Shizune did not like that at all. Bad news. Bad news bears, everybody. Yep, Shizune is fine. Okay, everything's good. Defuse the bomb. Thank you, Misha. Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier, especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all business. Well, she still seems like that, just less so, I guess. Huh? Alright, we haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shichan will get mad. The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class. Wahahaha! That too! Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. No man needs to understand any language to get the meaning from that look. Good old stink eye. Okay, I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. Distracted by these pecks! Yeah. Stare at these gains. You're mirroring? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bells ring, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. Oh God! Would you look at that painting? What is that? That's what it looks like it's doing. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into her bedroom as she drops her... I'm gonna stop right there. Who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby where I met Muto, down to the bottom floor. Just like everything in this school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big windows open to the courtyard, towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria! Thank you, Misha. I had no idea where I was. If it wasn't for you, well, golly, I don't know what I would do. Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. You just gotta shit on everything, don't you, Hisao? How nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I pick something at random and follow Shizune to the table, sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand sign, so this point escapes me. Maybe looking at the person who talks to you is proper and polite?
Do you want to know something?
What?
About anything. We're your guide, so you should ask us if there is anything.
Something. I wanted choices! Plenty of choices in this game. There's a check mark there, because I lost the first recording of this. But when I go through these choices, I choose them as if I was actually making the choice. Like I did my very first playthrough on my own. So I'm gonna go with asking about Shizune's deafness, because I'm an insensitive son of a bitch. Shizune intrigues me, and I kind of want to ask something about her. But I can't really ask something... But I had that right, god damn it. But I can't really ask about something that personal, can I? I can't come up with anything else to ask, so I just focus on my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they're talking about secret girl stuff or something. Secret girl stuff? You're a grown-ass man, Hisao. Come on now. I quickly notice a conversation and sign is not enough to fill a silence. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. The dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over her desk at the last row. Oh! Hello! She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Aw, poor girl. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it, as I walk directly past to their seats and begin to converse. Man, I butchered that sentence. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom feels, god damn. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students, and finally, the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of the school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. Worst thing you can do during a high school class. Staring at the clock. Just drags on and on and on. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time I spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Hey! Very carefully drawn booby ladies. I missed you.
Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hichan. We've got to hurry already, since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it.
Ah, wait! The teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go?
Is that so? We can at least show you that much.
Yeah, show me everything! Or just the nurse. I'd be happy with that, because I kinda don't want to die.
Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside.
We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out other senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually part of the main building.
This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamakuo Foundation office and all the nurses' office. They even have a swimming pool.
You know what I'm thinking, ladies? Let's go swimming. Now, I don't have my bathing suit on, but that's okay. Hisao is a very forward man. He knows what he wants, and he goes after it. How is that official?
Don't be silly, Hichan. It's for his physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks. Bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education? I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in, hoping that this really will be only a quick visit like the teacher said. On a white door on the left is a green cross with the text, 420 Blaze! Okay, head nurse, and a nameplate. A voice from inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded a bit like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large and it smells strange. Because I shit myself! That's the nurse in the background. A friendly-looking man turns around on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on the desk. Hello there! What can I do for you today? That's gonna be his voice. He is young-looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheek wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard this very same question hundreds of times. Why, yes I am. It says so on the door, no? You can call me by my name, or just the nurse, like everyone else. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realizing I should probably grab his extended penis hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. He's gonna get firm and friendly with you in a second if you get what I'm saying. You catch my drift, you catch my drift. I'm a new student, and my homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Hisao Nakai. His eyes light up with revelation, and he snaps his finger. Jesus, I was on a roll. No stuttered words or anything. Oh, you're that... Look what happens when I say it. Oh, you're that, Nakai. I was just reading your file in the morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related congenital muscle deficiency, right? He gestures me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yes. Good. Well, you've probably been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's any problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Woo. Wow, this is like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. His joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. You're not funny. Ironic. Yeah, just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at a school. You'll get used to it. I'm not so sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it. Now, oh my goodness, I can't keep that up. Now, let me just find your file again. While he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of papers around, I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceiling, dark gray laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all four walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 big cocks, and from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So, you already have medication for arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rest stuff like, I don't know, boxing. He turned into a horse. He grins to his own joke, but I don't. Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain. Oh, jeez, I stuttered there for some reason. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. Balls! I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion might be dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There is no mention of the cause in your papers. Not exactly. You see, I was having a wicked wank, and it just washed. Oh, yeah. I passed out, and apparently I had a heart attack, so you know how it is. I sidestep the question acceptably, and he glances at me over his papers with a more serious expression on his face. Boy, wicked wanks are nothing to joke about. Always make sure you have an assistant, kids, when you're having yourself a wicked wank. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such, as I said, but I don't think you really need such heavy measures. Just some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe? Copulation. There's a pool here. So I was told. You were very good. At any rate, I'm sure you've been told this before. You just need to take care of not to overexert yourself. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. Wag, wag, wag. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk, obviously content. Good. That's it then. Come meet me if you ever need help with that wicked wank. I'm ushered out before I even realize it. A quick visit indeed. A quickie, you could say. I end up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, although to my eyes, they still look one and the same. Your eyes are stupid. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people coming out of the school, going towards the gate or the dorms. Picking my next victim. Everyone seems to know where they are going. And I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us? I should go somewhere too, to prevent from getting lost. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The wariness in me only grows as I trudge towards the dorms, set a little way apart from the main building complex. There's a garden of sorts between the school and the dorms, shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh-cut grass that fills the atmosphere. It dawns on me, on my tired mind, that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. The dorm building is big and made of red brick. Like the others, it feels way too pompous for what it is, so I push forward, going inside. If you didn't catch what that scream was about, just look at that white painting. Thank me later. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like in the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for the elevators at the ends of hallways. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods and gives a quick "Help!" before turning back to the TV. That one student was Toad from Mario. Yeah, he's disabled, if you couldn't already tell. Seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seem to have a toilet and a shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplates on the rooms adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door of room 117, so I knock lightly. And that's all, folks. We will find out who his hallway mate is and what happens with them. I'm excited. Are you excited? I hope you are. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this fantastic adventure in Katawa Shoujo. Tune in next time. Bye-bye.